Alright, so next we're going to make herbal shampoo. And what you're avoiding, some of the chemicals and contaminants you're avoiding by making your own shampoo at home are things like DEA, which is a chemical that softens skin and is used along with parabens, which is a preservative, a chemical petroleum-based preservative that isn't good for us, but is in a lot of our products, and as well as phthalates, which are a plastic softener, and then ends up in the chemicals of the products we use. So to start, we're going to measure out our herbs into our teapot. And you can use if you've got something like this for a basket for dried herb, that's great. You can use other sorts of, you could use cheesecloth too, and just put your herbs in there. A tablespoon of lavender goes into our basket. The next one is a tablespoon of nettle. Another herb is peppermint, which kind of will give it a nice smell as well, into our teapot. And another tablespoon. The last one is rosemary. Most of your cosmetics you're going to use distilled water, so that's the difference with using a lot of the tap water, as we did with the home cleaning products, is you're going to use distilled water. Just avoids all the chlorine and impurities that can occur in some of the tap water. 3/4 of a cup of distilled water. So we'll measure that out into our measuring cup. Pour it into our kettle, and we'll get that boiling. So the part that gives you the suds of your shampoo is usually a chemical called sodium lauryl sulfate or sodium laureth sulfate, and it's also another ingredient that's sort of harmful to people. It's in things like toothpaste. Anything that gives you foam and suds is what sodium lauryl sulfate does in our products. This is our Castile liquid soap made from organic oils. We'll use a 1/4 cup to the 3/4 cup of water. So we'll put a 1/4 cup of our Castile soap. We'll put a tablespoon of witch hazel just directly into our soap here, so you can see it's just a liquid, helps moisturize and protect the scalp. What we want to do is add some a natural oil that's good for us, that won't clog pores, which is a sweet almond oil. We're going to use a tablespoon of that in our shampoo. And then one of the last ingredients here is salt, just regular table salt. And that will be about 1/2 teaspoon. Once you get the salt in, you can see it kind of wants to separate and clump away from the soap, so if you just stir that in. 7 drops of cinnamon essential oil and 3 drops of liang liang. Don't panic if you put one too many. While we wait for our water to boil. So now we've got our kettle boiling away here. We'll take it off the heat and get ready to steep our hair tea. About 2 cups of water, because I've previously measured it. And we're just going to let it steep for a good 10 or 15 minutes. And after that, you can simply add it right to your shampoo recipe. Add the sort of 3/4 cups of your tea to your shampoo recipe, and you'll get something that looks like this. And again, you just want to use and recycle your old shampoo bottle and use that. You'll find, because it is a little more liquidy and it doesn't have all the preservatives and the chemical products in it to make it have sort of the texture of what you're used to as a shampoo, that probably the best way to use it in your shower is to just pour it directly on your head, and you'll lose less that way, as opposed to trying to pour it in your hand and it'll fall through, because it is mostly just a soapy liquid and not very viscous that way. And that's basically your homemade shampoo.